Our first individual inducted tonight is in the athlete category, and that is Reid Birss. Reid began playing softball in his hometown of Dauphin, Manitoba, and in the fall of 1973, moved to Winnipeg to attend university. Over the next 30 years, he built an impressive resume of high-level fastball experience. He has played with some of the top teams in Manitoba, including the St. Anne Saints, the St. Vital Flocking Ducks, the Winnipeg Internationals, and the Winnipeg Colonels. He has appeared in 14 Senior A men's championships, as well as countless top-level tournaments across Canada and the United States. During his tenure with the Colonels of the Western Major Fastball League, arguably the best fastball league in the country, Reid was a winner of a Golden Glove Award and was an Eastern Division All-Star nominee. In 1982 and 1983, he was a Winnipeg Fastball League All-Star. In 1983, Reid was also a member of a team put together to challenge for a national championship. Despite winning 5 of 7 games, they finished fourth after losing playoff games to Victoria, who were the gold medal winners, and Saskatoon, the silver medal winners. In 1984, he was the playing coach of the Winnipeg Internationals, and the team won the Western Canadian ISC tournament, defeating Camrose, Saskatoon, and Calgary. At the time, these teams were all ranked in the top 10 in North America. At the ISC tournament that year, they finished with a respectable 3 wins and 2 losses. At the 1987 Canadian Championship in Calgary, Reid was runner-up for the Top Batter Award with a .543 average. On every team and at every level that he played on, Reid was a top performer and leader. Please welcome Reid Birss into the Hall of Fame tonight in the athlete category.
Congrats, Reid. Thank you.
Here, got it.
Last time I did this, I forgot these, so. It was a nice day out there today, and it's the kind of day that we used to hope for to get an early start on practicing for the upcoming seasons. Congratulations to the individuals and teams on their induction this evening. And first of all, I'd like to say a few thank yous to the Manitoba Softball Hall of Fame for accepting my nomination, for hosting this event, and to the volunteers that make this event and the Hall of Fame a success. To Ron Westcott for putting my nomination together. And a big thank you to my wife of 54 years who put up with 30-plus summers on the ball field. That started back in '71. I was married that fall. Thank you to the team sponsors over the years, with special mention to St. Anne Saints, Norm Day and executive. Charlie Brown's out there tonight. Winnipeg Colonels, Champs Chicken, Harry Buchert and Company. Manitoba Lotteries, International Inn, and Arnold Ashram with the Ashram Fastball Club, as well as the Red Dogs, Mark Fanoof, the Vicor Vipers, and Van Brothers Riel Viget. And to my teammates for coming out to support me tonight. I think that's why they came, I'm not sure, but anyway. Now a bit of a history of my fastball journey. As I said, I started out in 1971 playing fastball. After 8 years of taking, basically I didn't even play catch. I tried out for the Dauphin Redbirds senior baseball team, but decided that fastball was a better fit, as that's where my friends were at. I spent 3 years playing in the Dauphin Men's Fastball League. In late 1972, I moved to Minnedosa to attend Brandon University. There I listened to a radio broadcast on the Weyburn radio station. The defending national champion Richmond Hill Dines were playing the Weyburn Canadians in the Canadian Senior A Fastball Championship in Edmonton. The right fielder for that Weyburn team was my former Little League catcher and lifelong friend, Elmer Billows. Actually, my picture's up there. That's him sliding into second base. Oh, you can't see it anyway. Sliding into second base. His brother Larry was the second baseman. Listening to that game and Weyburn winning the national championship, motivated me to want to play ball at that level. I moved to Winnipeg in the fall of '73, and during the late winter, I attended the Winnipeg Colonel Open Workouts at Minnow Armories. It was a good experience that I used as a way to gauge my skill level compared to players working out. It was there that I met the late Bob Turner, who directed me to the St. Anne Saints workouts. St. Anne Saints head coach Jim Shepard reluctantly agreed to give me a look, as there was no tryouts. I made the team as a starting shortstop, and that year we lost the '74 provincials to the St. Vital Ducks. I was added to the roster for my first of 14 national championships. One memory of that championship was my roommate, Buzz Lamond, who passed away just this last week. My condolences to Buzz's family. That was the beginning of 28 years of playing senior fastball. I was fortunate enough to play fastball during the heydays of the '70s, '80s, and '90s, with and against some of the best players in Manitoba and North America, and with a few Kiwis thrown in there as well. A good number of those players are here this evening. I started '74-'75 with the Saints, '76 to '81 with the Winnipeg Colonels. In 1982, I put together a team, the Winnipeg Golden Boys, which played in the Winnipeg Fastball League. We also played tournaments in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and North Dakota. In 1983, I was a member of the Internationals team that was formed out of the ashes of the Colonels, the Golden Boys, and the Portage Dodgers. In 1984, I got an opportunity to take on a role as a player coach. It was something I would continue to do on and off for 15 years. Adrian, you're listening, right? As an unorthodox, unconventional, against the grain style of coaching that my teammates labeled Barney Ball. It was after my nickname. The late Ron Gustafson may have come up with this, and it was a takeoff on Billy Martin's Billy Ball. I spent '85 to '93 with the Winnipeg Internationals and Asham Fastball Clubs, and from 1994 to 2002 with 6 different teams: Winnipeg Miller, Manitoba Red Dogs, Vicor Vipers, and my last team, the Band of Brothers. Something I was lucky enough to do during this time was to be able to play with my 2 brothers, unfortunately not at the same time. With Randall in 1972 at the Senior B Provincials in Winkler, and then with Sheldon on 4 different teams in numerous provincial championships. We competed together in 2 senior nationals with the Red Dogs and the Band of Brothers, and in 1996 we won a Senior B Western Canadian Championship with the Red Dogs. We won a bronze medal together at the 2002 Canadian Masters Championships. Those were great memories. I coached my daughter's softball team for a few years. It was the only time I was ever fired. They got rid of me because I spent too much time teaching the girls how to throw. Well, I thought it was pretty important. I coached my son's baseball team for 5 years. He was also the bat boy for our team at my last national championship. A message to all you grandparents out there. If we're ever to revive the men's fast pitch game, you have to encourage your grandkids to play baseball, which hopefully leads to fastball. And to all you ex-players out there, give yourselves a big congratulatory slap on the back, because the game you played, like baseball, was a really, really difficult game to play and succeed at, which is not the only reason, but one of the main reasons the game died. Hopefully more young men will be up to that challenge as we were. A couple of regrets: didn't win a medal in a national championship, and wished I'd have played a little longer at the Masters level. As well, I wished I was able to teach Randy Dutain the words to "I am a fisherman, me," and to teach Bush, wherever he is, the words to Chinese mule train. Never succeeded at that one. And lastly, what turns out to be the most meaningful thing about this 28 to 30 years are the long-lasting friendships with players I played with and against. It was a good run. Thank you.